What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Crypto Plebs channel. It's your boy Jumpman Crypto, where we're building a lot more things over here than just AI. We're actually changing lives and we're doing it the right way, guys. So if you like what you're watching, guys, and you guys are tuned in with your boy, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. We're gonna cover some news, we're gonna go over some charts today, and we're gonna talk about, is the bull market over with, guys? I know a lot of people are getting ready to give up. I get it, man. This has not been a really fun cycle, but there's some things that are happening behind the scenes, guys, and we want to cover this today, and hopefully we can get some of these people's minds changed and and see what's going to be in store for us these next couple of weeks, guys. So again, if you like what you see in this channel, guys, keep subbed in with us, man. We're doing a lot of great things. We're keeping the family tapped in. We're making sure to always go live at least 2 or 3 times a week, and we're at least try to make a few videos a week, man. We don't like to oversaturate things, guys. We like to keep things natural. A lot of people out here are just doing a little bit too much. We like to keep it real. If there's things that are happening in the market, we'll come on. If things aren't, we're not trying to overdo it. But at the end of the day, guys, let's cover some stuff. All right, guys. So first things first, guys. Solana's founder, Anatoly, is getting ready to maybe get a new perp dex going called Percolator. So this is definitely something that we want to keep on the radar, guys. I think we've talked about this many times, that there's been a lot of perps decks that have been coming up. AVNT, Aster, and a few others, guys. And this being with Solana, I definitely think this might be something to look into. So we need to keep this on the radar. I definitely think this could be the next Aster. So when this thing launches, this thing could be huge, so we need to keep this on the radar. The next thing, guys, we also have the White House economic advisor, Mr. Hassett, saying that the government shutdown is likely to end sometime this week. So I know that a lot of people are concerned about the government shutdown. I think a few economists and even Mr. Besant has also said that if this keeps on persisting, this actually could hurt the economy. So, look, guys, we all know how the government works. At the end of the day, these guys are definitely working things out behind the scenes. They just got to make sure they're taking care of each other's parties and making sure that they're taking care of each other's constituents. And at the end of the day, guys, I have no doubt in my mind, they're striking deals in the back door right now. So let's see what happens with that, guys. But one thing that is on the radar, guys, is tomorrow there's going to be a Federal Reserve meeting with Chainlink, Paxos, Circle, and Coinbase part of the panel to talk with. You're going to have people like Franklin Templeton there and a lot of big bankers there. So don't let people, tell you that the cycle's over with, guys. We're going to get pullbacks along the way. I've even come down here and said, hey, look, I think we may be coming to an end on the cycle. But at the end of the day, no one really knows. This is a new cycle. A lot of big players, government entities and stuff like that. So, there's going to be washouts. There's going to be very close calls with the cycle. And at the end of the day, guys, look, you're either going to ride this pony or you're not. Institutions are here. I get it, there's a lot of manipulation and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, guys, look, if your mindset is, long-term between like 6 months to 1 year, everything should plan out. Hopefully, if you're in good groups, if you're not just joining groups that are just like, screenshotting, CoinMarketCap, fake buys and stuff like that. A lot of influencers out here, guys, are doing a lot of shady stuff. We try to keep it 100 in plebs. We actually give out real receipts, Coinbase screenshots. We're not just out here, making fraudulent buys, and tapping into real groups that are actually giving knowledge out here and part of the community every day. So, like I said, a lot of this is going to be on you guys. If you're in the right groups and if you guys are actually making right trades, I think I was one of the victims as well. Again, we talk about it all the time, guys, that, look, a lot of people got washed out back in October. And, if you were using anything more than 2x leverage, you got hit. I think now everybody understands, like, look, 3 to 4x leverage is the way to go. When you're trading, just make sure you got a specific amount of money that you're okay to lose, just in case, things don't go well. And try to make sure that you guys are trading a little bit better and smarter, than last time, because at the end of the day, guys, these whales know what to do and they're out here for blood. So just make sure that you guys are taking the right risk, to make sure when you hop into these trades that you are protected, okay? And if you guys are looking for, any exchanges that, to trade on, remember this channel's partnered up with BinUX, and then we're also partnered up with PHEMEX. The links will be below. Remember, here we always practice safe leverage. We're never going to try to, get people wrecked because we just want to have, people sign up and use the links like that. We always try to make sure we emphasize safe leverage, guys. Safe leverage, okay? All right, so let's cover some charts real quick with Bitcoin. Yesterday, we did have a falling wedge on it. I alerted the group that, we did not close above 110,000, so we were confirming the downtrend, but look what Bitcoin did. It went ahead and reclaimed that 110 to 111, so looks like things are going back up. We do have some fair value gaps up here in the 116, 117, so we need to be cautious. We don't want to move up too fast, guys. I think if the problem is if we start moving up too fast, and we start going too up quickly, this could be another repeat of what happened, so I would want to see us hopefully have some steady growth back up into these upper ranges, and hopefully we can get back to this new all-time high around 130 to 135. Hopefully get this muted altcoin season that we can have, and then hopefully, move into, a cool down period where everybody can kind of strategize what's next for the next part of the cycle and go from there. Because, I think where a lot of people got wrecked at, guys, is that we all were expecting this mega alt season, and it just hasn't came. But I don't think it's over just yet. I think I'll have to kind of just really say, hey, look, I think a lot of these altcoins are really going to be selective on which ones pump and which ones don't. And the ones that I think will really be shining are going to be things like, Chainlink and a lot of these other cryptocurrencies that actually have real use case. So, we've been actually really bullish on Chainlink, guys. If you guys don't know what Chainlink is, it's an Oracle token. It's probably the most important cryptocurrency, may I argue, than a lot of these other cryptocurrencies. So we were scooping up down here at this $16 around this order block right here. If you guys are looking to hop back into Chainlink, guys, set some buy orders down here at 1850, stagger them down even lower to this 1730 area. And we're going to have a lot of peak resistance back here at 2150, 21 bucks, and then $23 flat. But eventually I am looking for us to get back up here into these upper areas in this $27, $28, and hopefully we can get back up to $30. I'd likely probably get out at that area, guys. Look, I'm being always staying true to my word. I'm looking for simply 60 to 100% returns, and then I'm getting in and out. I'm not trying to gamble anymore, guys. I have made some good money in this cycle, and I'm looking to keep that money. So just please, do your own diligence, with these coins. Remember, this is crypto, and we just got to make sure that we understand that, the cycle could end very quickly. So the object of the game is to take your money with you, and don't let these guys take your cash. I do want to talk about another coin. I know a lot of people have been talking about COAI. COAI's been looking really nice, but it's just a matter of like, hey, can we find a good point to where we can buy this coin and not get wrecked? So let's check it out real quick. I didn't have the charts pulled up like I should have, but we're gonna get this really quickly. Okay, check it out. So we ran a fib on this bad boy. We're looking for it to pull back within this golden ratio area. If you guys want exact targets, you need to make sure you're tapped into the Discord. We don't want to be giving out too much free sauce here, but we're looking for a pullback into this area. Once we get into this area, guys, we have alerts set, and we're gonna see what we can do. If we can pretty much do it how it went last time, we had this pullback into this area, and then from there we had this massive pump. It did a 3x from that area, so we're looking to do it again. So if you guys are tapped in with us, please make sure you guys use the links below. We have 2 different Discords. You guys can tap into the KGU or the Crypto Plebs, and we're looking to nail COAI once again. Also, you know, XRP is another coin that has been kind of on the little back burner a little bit ever since, you know, this drop. It's been a lot of just quietness with XRP. Again, guys, you know, nothing's really changed. It's just a matter of like, you know, what's happening in the background. So, you know, these ETFs and stuff like that are being delayed probably with this whole government shutdown. But I do imagine if we do get this, you know, government shutdown in sometime this week, remember ETFs around the corner, smart money is loading up around here in these areas. I know a lot of people think that, you know, we might be heading back up to this dollar area. Remember where Wix is sticks? And, you know, look, I don't want to say we could come back down here, but anything's possible. But I always say, hey, look, until we get there, you know, I'm looking just to maybe load up anywhere between $2.25, $2.10, and even $2. You know, right here at this 250, it's not too bad. You know, this isn't the Burlington prices that we're looking for, but at the end of the day, look, long-term wise, we could come back up here to 280, $3, 350, and even try to make a new all-time high. So at the end of the day, guys, you know, don't get too spoiled on your entries here, guys. Look, at the end of the day, you know, we got to kind of be very aware with where we are in the cycle. You know, if we're thinking that this is the last leg up and we're looking at a $5,000 ETH, we're looking at a $5 XRP, and we're at $2, you know, I mean, come on. We have to kind of not ape in, but we got to kind of take the opportunities that we get and start to take advantage of this. So on Ethereum, guys, we had a nice little dip down. Friday, we came back down here to 37. We've actually had 2 good bounces right here in this area. So this does show me that there's good support right here at 3,700. And then we had a little bit of a pullback with Bitcoin at 39.36, confirming that we are making lower highs. And then we look, or hopefully we can proceed back up. I want to see us within the next week or so reclaim 4,300 and then try to come back up here to attack this 4,700. We did back here in the beginning of October 7th. So, you know, look, back over here, we came back down to 3,800. We end up having this nice push back up. We end up rejecting up here. But I do think, like I said, guys, in my opinion, that Ethereum, XRP, and a lot of these bigger blue chip altcoins are going to have one last push up. That hopefully this could solidify a real good, strong all-time high, hopefully between anywhere 5,500, 6,000. And, you know, we can get that last leg up. And hopefully you guys can take profits and not bag hold. I know a lot of people, fortunately, even after I gave out, you know, good exit strategies on XRP, they rolled their bags down. We don't want to see this time around. I think this time everything kind of solidified and showed everybody that there is no such thing as a long-term hold for crypto, guys. There's only one coin, and that's Bitcoin. Hate it or love it, that's the way it is, guys. Just make sure that you understand that. You know, crypto is very volatile. I know a lot of people, they say all this kind of stuff like, oh, I'm gonna hold XRP for 4 or 5 years. These are the people you need to stay away from, because look, we're here to make money. We're not here to bag hold. You can't tell me that you sit there and make $500,000 and you'll give away 60% of it because you're holding long term. That's hogwash. I don't believe it. At the end of the day, guys, if the markets go down, your boy is cheating, like your boy's name is Jeter. So I'm just telling you how it is. We're here to secure money and keep money. We're not here to give it back to the wells. Let's check out one more coin and then we're gonna wrap up the video, guys. We need to check out, let's see, Avalanche. Avalanche has been a little poopy doopy. I think it's, you know, it's kind of having some trouble right here. We have a lot of resistance, guys. But, you know, look, we're still in this uptrend. I've been buying it. I've been loading up on a little bit of AVAX. We might have to adjust the targets a little bit. If you guys are tapped into the Discord, we definitely will, you know, fill you in there. For right now, if you guys are looking for an entry on the short-term time frame, I would probably take it back down here to this order block right here at 2025. Low leverage. If you're leverage trading, you could take it back up here to maybe $24, or you can keep it as a bull run hold. see if we can get back up to that $40, $50 for that 2025/2026 all-time high, and we can go from there. But until then, guys, you know, nothing's really changed for me. If you guys have been tapped in with prior videos, we've actually talked about, you know, around this time is when we should start getting bullish. If you go back in previous years, remember last year in October, we had the same dump. Everybody was getting real impatient, angry. This was like a thing around the time of the election. And same situation. We can kind of go back right here. See, we were at 20 bucks. And this is actually in November. Let's go a little bit more back. Let's see, October. So yes, around October-ish, we were pretty much even at the same level. So it's September, we're at 20 bucks. We're still doing the same thing. So around November, AVAX went from 22 bucks all the way up to 55 bucks. So look, are we gonna go that high? Who knows? At the end of the day, I think we could at least get past 40. So if we can get past 40, it's not gonna be the best bull run for AVAX, but if you're able to double your money, who cares? All right, guys, at the end of the day, secure the money, secure the bag. We will talk later. If you guys want to tap in with us, guys, there's links to the Patreon below. And we just ask that you guys stay blessed, don't give up, and always go through life trying to better yourself. That's what life is about getting better, setting goals for yourself, and always keeping that positive energy. So with that being said, we will talk to you boys later. Jumpman out.